Wild Ones, it's Bernadette. I am here for your pick a card tarot reading on this intrepid Tuesday, November 24th, 2020. And woo, 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 woo. Who is the animal and what is the card that has shown up to infuse your sacral chakra with all kind of yummy, yummy, yumminess and get your Mars energy just going, going, going? Yes, the Hoatzin bird. It is the Lovers card. We're going to talk about love, 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 because we got a groovy kind of love. And some of you guys out there are going, love stinks, which is hilarious because the Hoatzin bird, little known fact, well, you probably never heard of it. And some people pronounce it Hoatzin or Hoatzin. I don't know the appropriate definition or pronunciation, so I'm just going to call it the Hoatzin for right now because I'm Southern and that's what we do. But this bird, because of its gestation, it's the only bird that totally lives on leaves, and it has gestation like a cow, so it emits this terribly foul odor. So its nickname is the stink bird, and that's just very quickly. That's why the Hoatzin wanted to be the Lovers card, was because the Lovers card is about love in all of its forms. And you know what? If you can't love somebody when they got that horrible, Hoatzin morning breath, then you don't know what unconditional love is all about. So like there's all this symbolism, crazy symbolism wrapped up with this little known bird who actually scientists don't even think is an actual bird because it doesn't match to any of the other bird families. And it just makes it a really unique animal, critter, bird / descendant of pterodactyls, like literally of pterodactyls. And what else is love, you guys? No matter if it's familial love, romantic love, love for your children, love for your garden, love for your pets, your animals on this earth, it doesn't matter. Your love that you share back and forth is very, very, very unique. And so I could go on and on all day long why Hoatzin wanted to be the Lovers card. But for today, particularly what I'm thinking that I'm hearing Spirit say is this particular card wanted to come out on this particular day all because of the Mars energy. And there's something about the subject of love that y'all are supposed to hear today that really has to do with being more proactive or aggressive and coming from your sacral chakra, which is about your passions and your force for life and just, everything that's like, get up and go, let's do this, do this, do this. And that's what the Tuesday energy is about. And so whatever your loves are, it's time to get up and go. And it's time to move forward and it's time to be aggressive. For instance, so, I'm a woman of a certain age, right? And I'm single. And I live in Cow Patty Pie Junction. Yes, I said it, Cow Patty Pie Junction, Gainesville, Florida. And the dating pool around here, well, I don't really swim in that pool. I don't really swim in that pool. But it ain't all that, which I know from my single friends that are my age. They're like, my God, it's a wasteland. And so, and I'm like, well, what are you doing about that? Well, what am I supposed to do about that? I don't know. Get on a dating site, do this, do that, join groups, do this, do that. Okay, and that's your call for today. Maybe and I'm going to get into the traditional meanings of, based on the Rider-Waite tarot deck, which my Arcana tarot deck, which is what I read from. That's what it's based on. I'm going to get into those traditional tarot card meanings here in a minute, and then we'll deep dive farther into Hoatzin. It's the coolest bird you've never heard of, you guys, or the coolest non-bird you've never heard of. But it doesn't matter what you love or what kind of love you want to have. It's your focus for today. And what I mean is, let's say that you have needed to mend a fence with somebody that you love, or maybe you've made a mistake at work or within your own business, or just, even in your house, for whatever reason. I don't know, maybe you baked a cake and it wasn't all that. That happens. Yeah, y'all, I can barely do it from a dang box mix, much less, y'all people that do it from scratch. But it's the day to be aggressive about mending those fences. Let's say that you have a love in your life, you're married, you're in a relationship or whatever, but it's strangling you, it's toxic for you, it's just not working for you. Well, get Okay, then get up off it and figure out what you want to do. Do you want to try and heal it? Okay, talk to your partner and see, are they in? Will they walk that walk with you? Let's say that you want to exit stage right. Okay, today's a great day to be aggressive about making the plan to do that. Let's say that you want to bring love into your life, just like my friends. I was like, well, y'all, I don't, if you're just expecting Prince Charming or Princess Charming or whoever it is you identify with or love or whatever, you could be in a polyamorous relationship. I don't know. People have relationships of all kinds. Power to the people. So whatever it is, sitting in your house all the time and not channeling Mars energy is going to get you big fat nowhere. You better get with the program and get up and go after what you want. And then that's a whole nother story for a whole nother time, y'all. But back to the Hoatzin and the Lovers card. So, seemingly the Lovers card, if you take a look at the traditional Rider-Waite version, it's a seemingly very simple card. I don't know. I don't know that there's a more complex card in any Rider-Waite based deck. There's nothing simple about love. There's just not. We can't know listen, when people come to me for a reading or, whatever, and they're just asking about who they love, here's what I tell them. Usually I start with this. Did you ever consider that there's a lot of past life energy all about this? No. What does that mean? Goodness, I can't begin to tell y'all. I've been a psychic medium, shamanic person, spirit totem power animal person a long time. And there are some immutable truths about what I do. And one of them is that the vast majority of your clients are going to come to you about love. It's interesting. No one ever comes to me about self-love. Isn't that the most important kind of love? Yes. But it's always all about love. And it also amazes me that very few of them take into consideration past life. They might say karma, but to me, that's different than past lives, because I don't know that I necessarily believe in karma, but I do, but I don't, but I do, but I don't under certain circumstances. I kind of waffle about that, but I do believe in choice. And I do believe in unresolved emotions and unresolved situations. And I do believe if we live, let's say somebody offs you in a life, or you off somebody else in another life. They've made the pledge to hunt you down for all eternity. That may be true, y'all. They may be hunting you down in this section of eternity. And that would be a sacred contract. That would be something that y'all decided on the other side to do together and come in together and do. And it sounds like it's going down a rabbit hole, but it's like I said, I've said it before to clients, they'll say, well, you can't choose your family. And I'm like, well, but you did. And I can't prove that to you, but that's my belief, and beliefs are not facts. I know that. But I do know that factually, you're not going to get anywhere with the kind of love that you want to get somewhere with unless you're proactive about it, because it's not going to just show up on your doorstep. Now, having said that, let me say this. I often quote the Rumi quote, your job is not to seek love, it's to remove any blocks in you preventing you from having it. And that's paraphrased, but that's why love is so complicated, because it is impossible to predict what is going to happen when we do allow ourselves to fall in love, or when we don't allow ourselves to fall in love. And what that means is, if it's a job you've always wanted, y'all, my mom, she couldn't stand it anymore. When she was 49 years old, she was like, that I have had enough of physical therapy. I never wanted to do it. I never wanted to be in the medical profession. She always wanted to work for the sheriff's department, the DEA, the FBI, the CIA, anything investigative, dealing with like criminals and the mystery. And she just never did, for a variety of reasons. One of which was when we were kids and she approached my dad about doing that. I was only, I don't know, I think I was like 2 or something. I was told this story a number of times through my childhood. If she had gone to work for the sheriff's department, the police department, he was going to have her declared an unfit mother, which in those days you could. Women barely got those jobs. And so she freaked out and she, didn't do it. And then, she had children, and then he you know, la la la, they were divorced and she had to raise 2 children on her own and so on and so forth. But she had always wanted to do that. That was her love, that was her passion. And so at 49, she actively said, I'm up and out of her. And she went to police academy. She did. And she worked for the sheriff's department until the day she was killed in 1997. Greatest joy of her life. My God, she loved that job. And turned out to be an expert marksman. She could lug her big behind through most of the things through the physical. But you know what? She could shoot the wings off of flies, so to speak. So anyway, all of that said, it is, you can remove the blocks, but the blocks are inside of you. So anything that you are wanting to love or wanting to love you got to remove the blocks and figure out why you're not getting what you want. But then, you know, the other thing is, it's the Hoatzin bird and the Lovers card really teaches us that the love has to be unconditional. Now, I have conversations with people all the time about unconditional love. And it's always the what if game, right? Well, what if you found out that your boyfriend, wife, husband, lover, partner, whatever, was a serial killer? Okay, would I stay married to that person or in a relationship with that person? Nope. But I could still find the capacity to love them and hope and wish and pray and try to manifest that their spirit doesn't choose to do that rigmarole in another lifetime. Because again, if you go back to what a sacred contract is, if you believe in them, and I do, oh my gosh, I do, they will have chosen to come in this life and do that. And I'll tell you why, why I believe that. This has everything to do with the reading today, y'all. Stay with me. When we're considering the subject of love, unconditional love, love in all its forms, that every kind of love is unique. Every person that loves you is unique. The way they receive love, the way they give love. I honestly, I don't know how they're going to do it, but scientists are going to figure out how to pattern that one day. Because I believe the vibration, the energy, the electricity that each person puts off, depending on what kind of love it is just like a thumbprint. It is your blueprint. I honestly, firmly believe that. A little chilly in here, y'all, today. And we're getting ready, you know, Thanksgiving is coming. So this is my fall harvest. This is my, you know, Hoatzin are from Brazil. And so this is my best, you know, Brazilian rainforesty kind of look today. So going back to the thumbprint or the blueprint of your love. The Spiritualist Nationalist Church, Spiritualist Union Church, whatever that is, the teacher, Mavis Patilla, she taught me this. I took a class of hers. A very, very, very fine platform medium, trained in the most amazing ways, an amazing platform medium, teaches at Arthur Findlay College. And so she introduced me to the concept that your spirit is the energy that inhabits this body in this reality, but your soul, you're bilocatable. Your soul still lives in other realms. It is your higher self. What? Because I had always interchanged soul and spirit. I thought they were being referred to as the same thing, and a lot of people do. But for me, for Bernadette now, in the way that I teach, your soul and your spirit are different, and they accomplish different things. So, given that your soul is perfect, meaning it is the perfection, it is love perfected, it is kindness perfected, it is every beautiful ascended thing that it could be, and with the understanding of all of the lower vibrations, the underworld. So given that your soul is ascended, but your spirit inhabits this body and does all the things that it does, good and bad and indifferent, at your core, I love you. I do. I don't know most of y'all out there, but I love you unconditionally. While your spirit can do wrong in my eyes, you cannot. Who you are cannot. And even if you did the most heinous thing, I would still love you. I would wish the best for you. Yes, I would. And I make that differentiation because when people are flinging the love word around, y'all, words matter. They have ceased to matter in the culture that we live in today. But you can make that own choice for you. It's why people think I'm so harsh sometimes, because when I tell people straight up front, I mean what I say, and I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. That can be, I can say it in the most, man, I could be Hello Kitty. You know what? Please don't talk to me like that. I don't allow people to talk to me like that, and no good is going to come of it. That's still like a slap in the face to them. But that's because I believe words matter. And when you think about love today on this Tuesday, and you think about the kind of love that you want to bring into your life, words are going to have to matter. And it's important that you measure and weigh your words very carefully before they come out, very much like birds do. Birds don't chatter on unnecessarily. They're saying something. I mean, most animals, I don't know them all, haven't met them all. Oh, I really want to. But they don't just walk around. They might seem like they do, but they're vocalizing something that's important to them. They're communicating something that's important to them. And so when you think about that, get up and go, let's go, that Mars energy today, I would really encourage you to think about communication. And because the Hoatzin are they're birds, they're not birds, I don't even know. Neither do scientists. But and because the Lovers card is about unconditional love and love in every single form, okay, think very carefully about the words that come out of your mouth. Think about your vocalizations that come out. And there are so many expressions of love, you guys. For people that are uncomfortable saying I love you, they can sing a song to somebody, they could quote a poem, they could, you know what, in some oh, I know a couple who've been married for 40 something years, and I won't sell them out. I just admire them. I wouldn't be married to either one of them, but I love them dearly. But they don't say I love you, not for 40 years. The husband said, I love you, and if anything changes, I'll let you know. And honestly, but his love expression, his love language is to always tell the wife when something's on sale, or notice that she likes something or wants something or needs something. My God, he sees what she needs from a practical standpoint, before she ever sees it, and it's done. And that's a really groovy kind of love. So just consider that today when you're moving through, the day. Now, let's just very quickly take a look at the symbolism, because I've gotten a lot of feedback from you guys. You're loving the daily readings, yes, but you love them more because they're also like a mini tarot lesson, which I love for you guys, because the teacher in me, that just makes me so happy. So one of the things I want to tell y'all is, when Hoatzin birds are young, they actually have claws at the end of their wings, and that allows them to climb away from danger. I just think that is the most fascinating fact when it comes to spirit animal meanings and animal symbolism and all that kind of thing, because what that teaches you is you don't have to fly to get to where you want to be. You can crawl along. You can hook one little claw into something and just, whatever branch you can hop up on, and then hook a claw into something else. And eventually you'll be able to spread those wings and fly. But for now, hook those claws into wherever you want to go and get away from danger and move towards the things you really want to do, and move away from the things that you don't want, right? We're focused on moving forward on what we do want, the kind of loves that we do want. We're not focused on anything else. That's what we're focused on today. Love, love, love. Right? Okay. So all that said, going back to the Lover's Tarot card. So when you take a look at the symbolism in the artistry that's in the Rider-Waite, and y'all, believe me, I know it's not the most beautiful deck in the world, but Lord of mercy, is it packed full of symbolism and meaning. It is, they're in a garden, right? Garden of Eden, tree of knowledge, knowledge on the left, the tree of life on the right. That symbolizes a state of purity. It's the idea of love before it comes into the physical experience. And remember what we were talking about earlier, which was your soul is bilocated, right? It has come as spirit into your body, but your soul is your higher self, and it lives in the upper realms. It lives on the upper planes. Some people call it heaven. Some people, I don't know what you call it. Some people call it, the embodiment of total awakenedness, of ascension. I don't care what label y'all give it. It's perfect. And so that's why you've got the angel, and it's a divine being. His head goes to the sun. He's in direct communication, or she's in direct communication with the divine source. The purple robes and the cloud, it's reinforcing that divine authority. Authority. Notice that the angel's arms are outstretched on the Lover's card, and the palms of his hands are down in a gesture of blessing. I slow down at that point because reinforces the divine authority. You are a divine being. Period. End of story. She says she can't prove it, but she believes it. She being me, you, me, we all being the divine beings. You are capable of this divine love. It's your source. It's where you come from. And so today, get aggressive with your divine being. When somebody or some kind of situation tries to drag you down and all of a sudden the love is gone and you're like, don't do it. Not today. Something's going to go wrong. Don't do it. Tomorrow you can be hell on wheels, but not today. Today is all about love. True love. What movie is that from? Come on. As You Wish. Princess Bride, y'all. Okay. So, then I just want to say one other thing. You'll see a lot of mountains in the Rider-Waite tarot deck, and it just means so many things. But remember, making a journey through the tarot is like the hero's journey. And by the time you get to the Lovers, the mountain that's in the back, the peak, that is, it's about enrichment. It's about, while one kind of love can enhance others and you in one way, you can have all three kinds of love. And what that really means is, you can have, well, the Greeks understood the complexity of love so well. They got three words for it: eros, which is romantic love. I believe it's pronounced philia, love between friends, and agape, which is divine love, right? And once you have all three, which goes back to that divine number three, the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost, Mother, Maiden, Crone, and all the other threes that are in numerology and in legends and lore, my God, the number three is like, it's the Holy Trinity, right? So as you're thinking about what kind of loves you want in your life, maybe you don't have all three loves. And maybe today is just a call that, you don't have enough friends, or the kind of friends that you should have. Maybe your love could be a little more divine, a little less worldly. Or maybe you're just like, I'm so lonely, oh, so lonely. And you need romantic love in your life. Okay. Hoatzin and the Lovers card is here to support you. Now you just got to support yourself. And isn't that interesting? Look at that. It's a number three. Hoatzin, Lovers card, and thou. What? There you go. Okay. So now let's move on to Hoatzin because they're just the most unlikely dang animal to represent the Lovers card, but they really are the best thing. It's kind of like the Two of Cups card. When Warthog came out, wanted to be the Two of Cups card, I was like, for Lovers and Two of Cups, people are going to be expecting these, romantic, gorgeous animals. And to Bernadette, every animal is beautiful, and I really mean that. When I need to be cheered up, I look up blobfish pictures. Blobfish look like Mr. Magoo to me, and several men that I've dated in the past. But I love them. But when you take a look at what love really is, y'all, we've been sold such a bill of goods by Hollywood. Trust me, I know. I worked there for 20 years. And there is some scientific truth about asymmetry, or symmetry of the face, and what humans are attracted more, and the evolutionary reasons why, and so on and so forth. And by the way, speaking of which, Hoatzin, man, they're clumsy birds. Really, really clumsy. And really, what love isn't kind of clumsy, you know, when it's just getting started. It's a little awkward, it's a little shy, but they, again, when love is not always beautiful for any reason. It can be emotional, it can be mental. Um, you know, you or your partner could, you know, be together for a while and all of a sudden an illness props up, which just takes you both, you know, down an adventure road that you didn't even know about, which is such a, it's just such a call for you today to be just aware of what you're experiencing in love, what you're not experiencing that you do want to experience, and you know, use Hoatzin as such a prime example. Again, it's a little known bird. People have hardly ever heard of it, and you may find a love today that'll be the love of your life. It will be the one. But remember the Holy Trinity, the romantic love, the divine love. I always forget the first. I always forget the first one. Come on, Greek people, talk to me. So eros, romantic love, filial love between friends, and agape, the divine love. Who knows what's going to show up for you today? But I know that it's going to show up for you because you're going to be Mars. You're going to channel Mars. You're going to channel Tuesday energy. You're going to channel Hoatzin. You're going to channel the Lover's card. And when love walks up and smacks you right in the face today, I just know I'm going to get all kinds of great comments down below. You guys telling me about the new loves or the patch, you know, the bridges to love that you mended. It can be anything. But I love when you guys share your stories. It's very cool. And let me tell you something. Now, this I can prove to you. Only about 2 to 5% of people that watch videos or go to a forum or on Facebook comment. It's literally 2 to 5% that will comment. But the lurkers, the other 95% of people that are lurking, make no mistake, your comments, the questions you ask, that kind of thing, it's so helpful to other people. Oh my gosh, you guys. Look at that. You're spreading the love and didn't even know it. I never even thought of it until just now. Oh my gosh. So keep those comments coming. Keep the questions coming. And just know that when we interact, it's going to help somebody at some point. Oh my God, I got goosebumps. So, all right, you guys, happy Tuesday. Thank you for joining me. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Pick up a copy of the Animal Tarot deck and Oracle deck. And above all else, what? You gotta love, but stay wild.